Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
Valoria goes left. Valoria flips it up and in! So Orlan Mamar, but Mamar gets the step and the finish. Hail Mary. June Manzo will fire. Oh my goodness! June Manzo all the way from Serrano, Bebuelo, Serrano with the basket. Fuentes, no hesitation, gets it to go. No! Obrizo, yeah! Jason Obrizo with the putback!
Action resumes in the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League as we travel roughly 100 kilometers to the beautiful town of Orion in Bataan, and we see the returning Alex Cabagnot for the Basilan Viva Port Masters. He missed the last two games against Bulacan and Abra, and they will look to bounce back against Joko Tayongtong, who stepped up in their game against Rizal, and Caloocan Batang Kangkalu looks to make it 2 in a row here in the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Our first game, Basilan versus Caloocan, followed by the defending champs, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. They will square off against the Mindoro Tamaraws. And then Muntinlupa will try to defeat itong Bataan Risers on their home floor. Magandang hapon mga kaliga, Ken Pangilinan alongside Javi Palanya. And Javi, no, itong Caloocan, they've achieved what Basilan has yet to do this season, which is defeating the likes of Pasay, Jensan, and Rizal, yung mga top contenders so far in our season.
Tama ka dyan. Itong Basilan, they have yet to win a game against teams in the top 8 of any division. They've only won against Bulacan and Val City, both in the bottom of the team standings in the respective division. They have yet to play to their full potential, and with a team this talented, alam naman natin that they can do so much better. It's only a matter of time before we see these group of guys mesh together and play to their full strength.
And sometimes it only takes one win to turn things around. And ito ang hinahanap nitong Basilan. And of course, you could watch us live on our official Facebook page and on our YouTube channel, and also on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays starting at 6 p.m. And of course, we have to introduce our third member for panels, Miss Sydney Crespo. Ito Sydney, no? It's been a week-long break during the Holy Week. Ano yung nasagap mo with regards dito sa Caloocan and Basilan?
Hello, Ken and Javi. Magandang hapon sa inyo. Marami nga ako nalaman. No? Simulan natin with the Basilan Viva Port Masters. They're still in the process of finding their own identity after 7 games. Now, Coach Rich Alvarez is focusing on the silver lining. And those are the players who have been working extremely hard this season. Unfortunately, mawawala muna ang isa sa kanila. They will be missing the services of James Tempra, who has been giving quality minutes for Basilan, averaging 18 per game. Tempra suffered an injury in their last match against Abra, and the team tested him 2 days ago if he could play, but ultimately they decided it's better to prioritize recovery than risk anything with, in shaping up and what's shaping up to be a long season. Sa kabilang banda naman, Caloocan has also been navigating through some ups and downs in the recent games, often finding themselves in tough situations tulad na lamang ng potential game winner ni Eric Camson. No? And playing coach Gabby Espinas admits these scenarios are something they should be able to avoid, especially as a veteran squad. Today, coming off a much-deserved Holy Week break, Caloocan will need to bring out their signature brand of hustle against a young and fast Basilan Viva Port Masters. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Sid. And certainly hindi magiging madali for Caloocan, especially with Basilan hungry for that signature win. And of course, Javi, you covered the last games yesterday. We were at the West Arena in Valenzuela. And as expected, we saw Binyan roll over itong Bulacan Kuyas. Jensan winning against Imus behind a strong second half. But how about Sarangani notching their very first win laban sa Val City Magic?
That was certainly a breakthrough victory para sa Sarangani Gripper, and the Val City Magic just let that one slip away galing sa kanila. Sarangani was just a more hard-working team in that matchup yesterday, getting their first victory.
And let's see how things will shake up dito naman sa ating Wednesday triple header. Ngayon pag-usapan natin, first up, itong Basilan na kaya na binabanggit natin, Javi, talagang nahihirapan sila in terms of just executing, and that was the apparent result here against Abra. Lamang sila by 4 points back in the first half, but Abra, once they turned on the Jets, hindi na sila naka-recover.
Yeah, in this game, the Weavers were just too fast for the Basilan Viva Port Masters. So you could see here the numbers. Halos pareho lang naman yung naging shooting nila from the field. But they gave up a lot of free throws, 23 in total, while only attempting 14 of their own. And in those 14 free throws, they were only able to make 7. They were beat on the turnovers. They gave up 22 turnovers themselves, which the Weavers converted into 29 points. So they have to be better in taking care of the basketball. It's going to be easier today with Alex Cabagnot back in the lineup.
And as well as Arwin Santos, pareho nagbabalik para sa Basilan. Sa panig naman ng Caloocan, we saw another late comeback victory by the Batang Kangkalu. And here, they were down by 9 points with less than 2 minutes remaining. Pero you saw Joko Tayongtong and Jeff Banday stepping up in the clutch here, Javi.
Yeah, just like in their game against Gensan, which they also won. They were down by 6 actually in the last 1 minute and 40, but straight free throws by Joko Tayongtong and Chris Biton pulled them through. You see here the numbers from that game. A lot of free throws, and they were very efficient from the line. That was a very nice showing by the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu, and this has certainly pulled them to really tough times this year. And they also were very dominant on the glass, something that they have been taking advantage of for the rest of the season.
Alright, magandang panimula. It's Basilan versus Caloocan here. Let's turn you over to our venue announcer na si Miguel Perey.
Sports Complex. Today's first game features Basilan and Caloocan on the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Here are the starters, beginning with Basilan Viva Port Masters. Starting at forward number 16, Adi Santos. Forward number 11, Gab Dagangon. Coming in at center number 95, Jason Grimaldo. Two guard number 25, Renzo Navarro. And at one guard number 5, the Crunchman, Alex Cabagnot. The head coach for Basilan Viva Port Masters is Mac Tan. Assistant coaches Melo Navarro, Rob Labagala, Arnel Siab, and Shalito Caro. Assistant team manager Timothy Pua. Team manager is Rich Alvarez. Now, the starting 5 for Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. Starting at guard number 29, Joko Tayongtong. Also at guard number 3, James Ingles. Forward number 8, Jaggy Laude. Also at forward number 5, Ronnie Matias. And at center number 18, June Bonsubre. The Caloocan Batang Kangkalu is led by the playing coach, Gabby Espinas, assisted by Toto Trujillo, Peter Santa Maria, and Mark Manalang. Team manager, Mac Robert DeChandu. Team governor is Jeremy Tin. Team owners are Dennis Flores and Congressman Oka Malapitan.
Alright, our starting 5 brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Basilan with a backcourt of Alex Cabagnot and Enzo Navarro. Up front, Jason Grimaldo, Gab Dagangon, and Adi Santos. For Caloocan, Joko Tayongtong, James Ingles, June Bonsubre, Joggy Laude, and Ronnie Matias. Two very experienced teams in Basilan and Caloocan. Basilan in the South Division with 2 wins, 5 losses. Samantala Caloocan just flipping it, 5 wins and 2 losses. The tip going to the side of the guys in orange, itong Caloocan Batang Kangkalu.
Interesting starting lineup to begin this game for Caloocan. Ronnie Matias and June Bonsubre starting it out with Joggy Laude as well as James Ingles. Not really the usual starting unit para sa Batang Kangkalu.
Ronnie Matias drills in a free to begin the game para dito sa Caloocan. And they get a steal, Tayongtong onto the front court. As Dagangon to beat Bagnot clears it for Basilan.
One thing that has really improved for Caloocan and the reason why they are atop the Northern Division at 5-2 is because of their improved defense this year. The defensive pressure in the backcourt has been outstanding, and also the bigs have been doing a good job of securing the rebounds, enabling Caloocan opportunities in transition.
Number 3 in terms of steals. 10.3 steals a game itong Caloocan. And you saw that one earlier. Ronnie Matias. Di sila nagkaamuyan doon ni James Ingles. Basilan though, they have Alex Bagnot and Arwin Santos back. Both of them missed the last couple of games against Bulacan and Abra. Pero yun yung laging tanong natin, Javi, no? How will those two, alongside yung mix of players ni Coach Mactan, will be able to gel as the season progresses here?
Yeah, that's really the challenge. But Alex Cabagnot and Arvin Santos, they're no strangers to leading teams. And I'm sure that it's only a matter of time, just like I said at the top of our coverage, before these players really come together and show who they really are. Hindi naman talaga madali. It's not a plug-and-play system here in the MPBL. I think a lot of people think that because you assemble an elite group of players, automatic na magiging maganda yung performance nyo. No, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take a process. Ika nga sabi nila, trust the process. It's a long season. We've been saying that throughout the year, that buti na lang mahabang season because there's a lot of time for them to prove themselves again and again, game in and game out. And also, this is an opportunity for the younger guys to show that they can also provide good production para sa kanilang kupunan.
And to their credit, it really seems that they are locked in as a team despite their struggles. As we see June Bonsubre draw a foul. He hit a mid-range jumper earlier, so he has a chance to add on his total via the free throw line. The former San Beda Red Lion, June Bonsubre, as you'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Caloocan was able to bounce back in that tough loss against Nueva Ecija. They lost by 20 at home against the Rice Vanguards. But a nice bounce back win kontra sa Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers.
And that was a major challenge for them going up against Nueva Ecija. And the Rice Vanguards have really been showing supremacy this entire year, still without a loss atop the Northern Division.
That was a great cut by Concepcion as he missed a free earlier. This is a guy that needs to really get going here para dito sa Basilan.
Yeah, only averaging 4.4 points per game this season. We know the capabilities of Sherwin Concepcion. He was once one of the top scorers here in the league. So it's just a matter of time maybe when he gets more playing time, he fits into the rotation. I think itong Basilan, they're also still figuring out yung mga combinations na ilalagay nila sa sahig.
Coach Mactan at the helm beside Arwin Santos. First point for the Viva Port Masters. Caloocan with a 5-point lead. Tayongtong against Enzo Navarro. EAC versus LP right here. Tayongtong sumugod, gets the bounce. 8-1 start for Caloocan.
A strong start for the Batang Kankalu. Very efficient showing from the field. They've been getting a lot of points inside.
Gab Dagangon, this time starting. Mentes yung kanyang tres. Basilan gets the ball back. Cabagnot, quick free. No good. Rebound, Ronnie Matias. Almost 3 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Tayongtong, stop and pop jumper. Just a picture of confidence. Picking up from where he left off, Joko Tayongtong.
He's also one of the guys that have really shown a lot of improvement this season. He has been in the league for quite some time, but Joko Tayongtong experiencing a rejuvenation of sorts this year para sa Caloocan Batang Kankalu as Dagangon scores there for Basilan.
Great unselfishness there from Sherwin Concepcion. But Basilan down by 7. Tayongtong susugod. Try to drop it off to Bonsubre. Turnover against Caloocan.
That's the kind of defense that Coach Mactan and Coach Rich Alvarez wants from their players to be able to keep in step.
This of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Basilan trying to inch closer here after a slow start. Nagangon laban kay Joggy Laude. Again, the cut, this time by Adi Santos.
Back-to-back field goals for Basilan after starting off 0 and 2.
And 5, Caloocan. 6 minutes remaining in the first period. Laude. Entry pass papunta kay Bonsubre. Good defense by Adi Santos.
And also great box out by Alex Cabagnot to secure the possession.
No hesitation on that triple by Sherwin Concepcion.
If this guy gets into a rhythm on a consistent basis, Basilan's gonna be really a tough team to beat.
7 straight points para sa Basilan. Cutting this lead down to 2. Matias whips a pass inside. Foul will be called against the Viva Port Masters.
A lucky break for the Batang Caloocan. That was a dangerous pass to make.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. Look out if Sherwin Concepcion gets his groove going here. Has struggled shooting from the outside so far. Nasa loob na ang playing coach ng Caloocan na si Gabby Espinas. But another turnover forced by Basilan. And a foul will be called against Joggy Laude.
Quite unnecessary there for Joggy Laude to give up that personal. He had no business trying to pressure Gab Dagangon there.
Pasok din sa loob si Josh Flores for Caloocan. Basilan though sticking with this 5 on the floor. Another steal. Almost. Navarro recovers. Susugod si Adi Santos. Pumped out of position by Josh Flores. Caloocan getting a stop.
The handoff was too early and not also a good decision on the drive by Santos. Cabagnot was wide open on the left corner. Espinas scoring there para sa Caloocan.
Very easy para kay Gabby Espinas. Stops that 7-0 run by the Viva Port Masters. Navarro gets blocked. Numbers here for Caloocan. Flores goes up strong for the finish.
The running game really has been quite stupendous para dito sa Caloocan here in the early goings.
Field goal shooting, 75%. Ang Caloocan, 37.5% naman ang Basilan. Concepcion, supply yung kanyang tres.
A lot of quick possessions being forced on Basilan by this Caloocan defense.
Ayongtong directing traffic for the Batang Tangkalu. Punta sila sa poste. Espinas, skip pass to Flores for 3. Too strong, rebound Gab Dagangon. Approaching the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Dagangon, kick out pass to Concepcion. Elbow jumper by Sherwin, wala.
Caloocan is forcing Basilan into hurried shots. They're not able to set up their offense because they bait Basilan into those quick shots. They think they're open, but in reality, minamadali lang talaga sila tumira, which lowers the chance of those shots going in. Ronnie Matias getting a nice pass there inside for the reverse.
6 unanswered points for Caloocan here. We have a duty foul given up by Joko Tayantong. Multiple players coming in from both sides as we check out the fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker, everyday karaoke.
And also the willingness to get it forward to the next man that's wide open has also been a trait that Caloocan has possessed early in this season.
Cabagnot. Ball loose. Grimaldo gets it. In trouble though. 10 seconds on their shot clock. Great feed there. Going to Jimboy Pasturan for the 2 points.
That's excellent composure shown by Jason Grimaldo on the baseline. Heavy pressure being shown to him by the defense, but staying composed and getting a pass.
Espinas laban kay Jason Grimaldo. Face-up jumper by Gabby. Pabandang tira yan.
Medyo bitin yung tira na dyan. Medyo matulis, but still able to get it in.
2:40 left here. And the opening quarter. Jimboy Pasturan. A solid outing against Abra.
Which was his former team.
Jimboy against JJ. Grimaldo. Signature one-hander. Pabandang tira rin. Pinakawalan ni Jason doon. Playing in the home court of his former team, Bataan. 18-12. Itoon. They go back to Gabby Espinas. Likes this matchup against Jason Grimaldo. Gabby. Up fake. Cross contact. And they head to the line for 2 shots.
Even in this latter stage of his career, Gabby Espinas still a handful on the block.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
He's been very active here ever since he came into this game. Ito si Gabby Espinas, really looking for a shot, and Caloocan's been setting him up in places where they think that Gabby can be successful in.
You see his numbers here, 4 points, 2 rebounds. May manang 5 puntos yan for the former NCAA Rookie of the Year and MVP back in 2004. That was a squad heavy featuring the likes of Jason Castro, Rob Sanz, Ian Garrido, Listian Amparado.
And their point guard, Ian Retaga.
Yeah. Si Bo Belga din, ba't di natin malimutan?
Correct, tama. Kasama nga siya dun sa team na yun. They had some really heated games against the Letran and San Beda squads of that era.
Eman Calo, pumukol ng tres. Yes!
Still one of the best two-way players here in the league, Eman Calo. Very reliable from the outside. It's certainly one of the best defenders this league has ever seen.
Dito on. Silky smooth there from Chris.
Mukhang nagpagupit si Chris, ha?
Pero kitang-kita mo, no? Seemingly, yung fit niya, no? Very seamless with Caloocan.
He's so comfortable with this team, and I think it's the fact that they gave him the opportunity to blossom and shine once again. Dahil when he was with Nueva Ecija, he was playing alongside a lot of talent, especially in his position. Kada position ng Rice Vanguards, ang daming options na pwede gamitin at any given time, which made it hard for Coach Don Dulay and Coach Gerson Cabiltes back then to have him get his usual minutes when he was still in Manila, when he formed that 1-2 punch with Aris Junicio. They were certainly one of the best duos in the league at that time. But now, here with Caloocan, they're giving him that chance once again to become one of the top point guards here in the league.
Yeah, si Daryl Cervantes, kasama din niya doon. Of course, joined in the bench by Jeremy Cabanag. Gabby Espinas was also part of that loaded Manila squad. Marvin Hayes was also there.
Matindi yung team na yun.
Yeah. Had a couple of deep runs in the North Division playoffs. Sablay yung mga free throws ni Gabby Espinas. So this remains a 6-point ball game. Under a minute remaining here in quarter number 1. Pasturan having trouble with the leather. Gives it up to Eman Calo. Larupay kakapasok lang. Susugurin yung depensa ni Manlangit. Larupay gets hacked on his way up.
Good defense until that very moment para sa Caloocan. Manlangit just could not control himself by putting his hand down. He already had his hand up pero binaba niya pa. And I think there's gonna be something called between Flores and John Mahari.
The referees going to Miguel Perret. Palagi ko mawawarningan itong parehong players na ito. Yep. both for unsportsmanlike behavior. Nakupay at the line. Had that monster outing against Bulacan in Mindoro. 20 points, 18 rebounds, but played just limited minutes against Abra. See here, Alex Cabagnot and Coach Mactan. Pero ngayon, no, mas maaga siya pinasok dito compared to that game against Abra. Pero sablay din yung mga free throws niya. Don gets it to JJ Manlangit, who fires it free. That one rattles out. Last shot time for Basilan. Pasturan takes the free and makes it.
He has given them a boost off the bench here. Ito si Jimboy Pastoran.
Ito on long free. Oh, banks it in! Sinasabi ko po sa inyo, basta kasama ko yung Mr. Palanya, laging may ganyan. I'm not surprised at this point. Ito, tingnan natin. Palagay ko, tingnan nyo yung oras. Tingnan nyo yung tira ni Chris Bitoon. Clearly, left it with some time to spare. Chris Bitoon punctuating the first quarter.
Well, Jimboy Pastoran must know better than to get Chris Biton early, because once he steps into that logo, he is already in range.
At the end of quarter number 1, Caloocan ahead 24-18.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si Emmy! Hati mo, si Manny!
Alright, next 3 games of Basilan. April 30, they will go up against the Pasay Voyagers. May 15, laban sa Binyan. And on the 21st, they will go up against the Jensen Warriors. Meanwhile, let's check in with Miss Cindy Crespo.
Ken, like you mentioned earlier, Alex Cabagnot is finally back in action for Basilan after missing 2 games to recover from a hamstring injury. He shared that he's not yet at 100% pero namimiss na daw niyang maglaro. When he was gone together with some other veterans, Coach Rich Alvarez emphasized it's been a real challenge shuffling lineups and figuring out what sticks. But again, he's grateful for those who truly embody the next man up mentality. Ngayon, versus Caloocan, kailangan nilang bawasan ang kanilang turnovers and unforced errors na nagpahirap rin daw sa kanila kalaban ng Abra. For them, it was a good learning experience but they need to show more composure against top teams. What do you think, Ken Javi?
Maraming salamat, Sydney. And very tricky kasi yung mga hamstring injuries eh. And it certainly helped that we had a week-long break during the Holy Week. As we see the numbers, look at Caloocan shooting numbers in the first quarter. 66%. Madadagdagan pa yan by that free by Jeff Manday.
Jeff Manday, also a nice pickup para sa Caloocan Batang Kankalo. Imagine how deep this point guard rotation of Coach Gabby Espinas is this season. You have Chris Biton, you have Jeff Manday, and then you also have the likes of Joko Tayongtong coming off para sa'yo. It just gives you a plethora of options. And these guys, even Chris Torado is there, another new addition. So different versions of different units ang pwede mo ilagay sa sahig at different times. And ang maganda dyan, lahat sila pwede magsama-sama rin.
Baseline inbound para dito sa Caloocan. Manday, this time from the other side, beginning to heat up for Caloocan.
Ito yung sinasabi ko eh. Manday and Biton, they're both very talented scorers but also great facilitators. That time though, it was Chris Biton making sure that his backcourt partner, Jeff Manday, would be wide open for a 3-point shot. Back-to-back hits para sa Caloocan.
Ito on probing. This time he takes the free. 3 straight 3-pointers for the Batang Kangalu.
Nagpapalitan lang sila. Manday, Biton, Manday, Biton. Earlier, Joko Tayongtong had his moment in the first quarter. Helped Caloocan establish the early lead. And now, si Jeff Manday and Chris Biton, they're helping Caloocan prolong it. But Eman Calo is keeping Basilan in this game.
9 points for Eman Calo. 33-24. Foul away from the play here against, I believe, Omar Larupay. Battle possession with Gabby Espinas. This was Eman Calo hitting a free earlier, getting the bounce. Second free for Eman Calo. I'm just going back to Sid's report about yung pinag-usapan nila ni Coach Rich Alvarez. Actually, 3 frees already. Perfect from beyond the arc. Ito si Eman Calo. But Rich Alvarez mentioning about the number of turnovers in that game against Abra. They committed 22 turnovers, which led to 29 turnover points for the Weavers.
That's part of the growing up that these Basilan Viva Port Masters need to do, not as individuals, but more as a team.
Ayan, turnover ulit. Caloocan, can they make them pay? Manday for 3, no good this time. Basilan dodging a bullet. Numbers here for the Viva Port Masters. Eman Calo now has 11 points.
A nice push of the basketball. Alex Cabagnot recognizing guys in front. He saw Dagangon was there on the left side and good recognition as well. Galing kay Gab Dagangon to see Eman Calo.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere. And Eman Calo has 11 of the 26 points of Basilan. They're down by 7 here against Caloocan.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas, 50 ka.
50 tayo! 50 si MP! Hati mo, si Manny!
A special deal from OneXBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Kanina, lumabang na ng 12 puntos, but Eman Calo, you see his numbers here in their last game, 10 points, 8 of them coming in the second half. And dito rin naman sa larong ito, laban dito sa Caloocan, stepping up once again. Perfect shooting from the field, 11 points, 3 tres na napakawalan niya dito.
Oh, if not for his baskets, Basilan would be down big time already at this point.
Coming off the bench this time, Eman Calo. JJ Manlangit. Now against Adi Santos. Manlangit way off on that shot. Cabagnot with another rebound. Gets it to Eman Calo. This time he drives, almost losing it. Bouncing it to Jimboy Pasturan. Rebound Eman Calo off that Pasturan miss. Takes it and makes it again. 13 points for Eman Calo.
Still perfect in this game. Ending up in the right place at the right time. Getting the offensive rebound, keeping it alive and knocking down a shot.
7-0 blast by Basilan. Oh, Bitoon making it look easy.
The guards of Caloocan have been repeatedly terrorizing this Basilan defense. The Viva Port Masters still without an answer.
Cabagnot goes to the corner. Calo again. First miss of the afternoon for Eman Calo. Bitoon. Entry pass to Baityong. Nilabas. Manlangit. Tres ni Manday. Left it short. Cabagnot serving the floor for Basilan. Now he fires a free. The rebound controlled by Caloocan.
Cabagnot still without a basket. He's 0 out of 3 in this game.
Manday has missed his last 3 attempts from deep. Forward pass to Gab Dagangon. Napalakas lang yung tira niya doon. Gagangon still scoreless so far. Bitoon, oh great cut, great feed, leads to a basket by Alvin Baityong.
Well, dahil late bumaba si Gab Dagangon, essentially Basilan was playing 4-on-5 and here Biton taking advantage. Nice pass para kay Alvin Baityong.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. At naiangat ulit ng kalamangan ng Caloocan. It's up to 9, 37-28. Jeff Banday, lahat nung puntos niya, 11 of them coming in the second half and made some clutch plays down the stretch laban sa Rizal Centro Mall Golden Coolers, piloting them to another comeback win.
So it was those three guys, Jeff Manday, Joko Tayungtong, and Chris Bitoon. All guards helping Caloocan to that come from behind victory.
Raymar Kaduyak getting his first appearance for the Viva Port Masters. Down by 9 still. Calo guarded by Enriquez. Santos offering a pick. Eman Calo puts up a free. Supply. Adi Santos, specialty of the house. Basket and one.
Nakita mo ba kung gaano karaming mga naka-orange ang nakapaligid doon kay Adi Santos and still able to get that offensive rebound.
Yeah.
He was among three guys inside.
Adi Santos, former UE Red Warrior. Knocks down a free throw. Bumunot din si Coach Gabby Espinas, inserting ito si Nomer Gonzalez, former Marikina Shoemaster. 37-31, Basilan just keeping themselves within striking distance here. Dito on, putting the moves on against Adi Santos. Gonzalez immediately takes that free.
Wow. That's a lot of confidence for a guy playing his first game of the season. Kaya naman laking tuwa ng bench ng Caloocan after that made basket.
Kaduyak. Almost a turnover again against Basilan. Calo sidesteps his way into a free. Caloocan trying to establish another double-digit lead. Sangado misses on a free.
A lucky break for Basilan. You've got to be wary of the shooters, especially Paul Sanga.
Calo. Sunod-sunod na yung mga mintis niya dito. Gab Dagangon. He has yet to score in this ball game.
Yeah, that guy has been missing all of his attempts dito sa ating laro, Gab Dagangon, after a great performance against the Abra Weavers.
Dito on. Gets it to Paul Sanga. Down low to Alvin Baityong. Backing down, Adi Santos. And he draws a foul. Si Eman Calo, hindi na naman makapaniwala sa tawag na yun. 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
Three right away. His first touch of the basketball, his first attempt, nothing but bottom para kay Nomer Gonzalez.
Baityong at the line. Calmly sinks the first free throw. Balik sa 10 ang lamang dito ng Caloocan.
What a nice opportunity it is para kay Alvin Baityong to be playing here in Caloocan. Being surrounded by veteran big men, Gabby Espinas, Real Cervantes. And these guys giving him a lot of lessons on how to become that consummate pro here in the league.
Kabagnot Concepcion is back in for Basilan. Another nice feed to Adi Santos.
And he's gonna know how to finish around the basket as long as you give him that good drop pass.
41-33. Under 4 minutes remaining in the second period. Maitiong. Restorado is in, the former Bataan riser. Enriquez draws closer. Tried to back it in, but can't convert. Concepcion, binigay muna kay Raymar Caduyak. Homer Gonzalez and Adi Santos getting entangled off the ball. Today of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. That was the connection between Concepcion and Adi Santos. Baseline inbound para dito sa mga nakaputi. Caduyak. Cabagnot receives it. Tough shot. Still can't hit a jumper here. Ito si Alex. Enriquez. Pocket pass to Nomer Gonzalez. He traveled.
Ganda sana ng connection doon ni Enriquez sa ni Nomer Gonzalez. Oh, but I think there's going to be a technical called here. These two haven't stopped jawing since that encounter earlier.
So our officials has had enough of the exchange of sweet nothings nito ni Adi Santos sa ni Nomer Gonzalez. I think nothing too dirty. Actually, they acknowledge each other here.
Baka naman kasi nagkakamustahan lang.
Oo.
Matagal na nakita eh.
Oh, first game lang ni Nomer eh. Pareho pa sila ng get-up.
Oo nga, tama.
Concepcion, pumukol sa 3. Pasok yan. 7 points for Sherwin Concepcion.
The threes by Concepcion and Eman Calo have really been a big boost this afternoon para sa Basilan because their other shots haven't really been working.
And both of them shooting a lot of threes. Basilan already has 19 attempts from beyond the arc, hitting 6 of them. This is their 20th and the third free from Sherwin Concepcion. He now has 10 points. Basilan creeping right back in it once again.
The Viva Port Masters might be looking at still different options offensively. Well, Sherwin Concepcion says, Coach, nandito lang naman ako. Pwedeng-pwede ako. And here, already a lot of threes in this game para sa kanya.
Pa sa dalawa ang kalamangan ng Caloocan, 41-39.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Yanyi Pacquiao. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas, 50 ka.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Hati mo, si Manny!
Ito po yung ating team standings sa North Division. Nueva Ecija nag-ahari pa rin with a 7-0 record. Pero nakikita nyo po, no, ang Caloocan in 7th place, separated by only 2 games. With the top team here, 5-2 record.
They're still very much in contention for the top spot. And for Coach Gabby Espinas, Coach Toto Trujillo, and the rest of the Caloocan squad, all they want to do is just win as much games as they can. They're playing great team basketball. It seems that everybody is very aware of what their role should be. Nobody's trying to overdo anything. At yan ang kinagandahan ng stint ng Caloocan so far this season. And syempre, we've been mentioning the team defense as well has been spectacular.
That 3 would have brought them the lead, talking about Basilan. Pero supply this time, ito si Sherwin Concepcion. Under 2 minutes remaining here, Nomer Gonzalez for 3. Oh, actually a long 2.
They've been leaving him wide open, and Gonzalez has been making the Basilan defense pay. Quality minutes on the floor para sa Caloocan.
Sherwin gets it to Raymar Caduyak. Facing a double team. Naghanap ng papasahan. Release pass to Omar Larupay. Shot clock winding down. Larupay gets blocked by Nomer Gonzalez.
That's a forced shot. Cabagnot was wide open on the left corner.
Enriquez. No good. Sanga goes up for the rebound and the putback.
You know what? Actually, Paul Sanga is a very underrated rebounder. With his length, he still can get those offensive rebounds and pluck down extra possessions for you when he's not behind the three-point line.
Cabagnot drives in, gets the basket, and one.
He's tired of missing shots. You could tell it from his face. The frustration is written all over it. And that time, he just had to make something happen for himself to get his confidence going and to also help his team creep to within 2 possessions.
This free throw of the game brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Uncharacteristically though, has been struggling from the free throw line this season. Ito si Alex Cabagnot. But they get the ball back here. Alex, sasalaksak. Ilalabas muna kay Enzo Navarro for free. Rolls out. Another offensive rebound by Basilan. Cabagnot off the glass. No. And ball finally ends up with Caloocan.
He might have been better off finishing with the right hand on that last attempt.
Torado getting past Enzo Navarro. And draws a foul.
That's a guy who's very used to playing on this very floor. He was once the main point guard for the Bataan Risers. Spent all of his MPBL years with that franchise before moving to Caloocan this season.
Chris Torado, if I'm not mistaken, Javi, Diliman College din nito eh, di ba?
Correct, yes. Bata rin ito ni Coach Renzi.
Sablay, unang free throw ni Chris Torado. And you're right, he was once the main point guard nga, no, for Bataan. Played under Coach Ricky Dandan as well, the late Coach Ricky. As we have a timeout here by Basilan, down by 5 with 33 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Para sa atlitang Pilipino.
Para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Para sa kababaihan, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Para sa kinabukasan. At ito po ang MPBL Party List number 77 sa Balota.
Basilan, gusto magtapos ng maayos dito sa ating second quarter. And of course, just want to give a quick shout out to Boss Bernard Yang who is in Japan.
Wow, Boss B, baka naman.
Di ba? Real Cervantes, nandyan, no? Kaka sa Caloocan, but in street clothes, as well as Jeremy Cabanag. Basilan, let's see what they'll do here. Nasupalpal pero may foul din. Tinawag laban sa Caloocan. As Cabagnot tried to drive again to the basket.
Gonzalez wanted a challenge, but Coach Toto Trujillo will not oblige. It's a nice strong move to the cup there by Kabagi.
Again, this guy, so far, only 53.8% from the line.
Wow.
Ano to eh, usually 80% lagi to eh.
I don't think he ever shot lower than 80% in his whole
Yeah.
PBA career.
1 out of 2 so far. Does have 3 points and 5 rebounds. Two straight makes. Down to a 1-possession ball game. Caloocan can opt for the final shot of the quarter. Both teams over the limit. Enrique speaks at the game clock. 12 seconds remaining here. Now guarded by Alex Cabagnot. Enrique still with a rock. Now fires a free. Way off. Magkakataon. Eman Calo. Good line. Oh, almost. Could have been another highlight. But instead, Basilan will head into the dugout. Down by 3 points against Chris Bitoon and the rest of the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. And Bitoon, just simply amazing playing for the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. 10 points, perfect from the field, has hit 2 threes, and has played only 9 minutes. Good per minute numbers para dito kay Chris Bitoon. And as a result, Caloocan has a 46-43 lead over Basilan at the half.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Para sa atletang Pilipino.
Para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Para sa kababaihan, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Para sa kinabukasan. At ito po ang MPBL Party List number 77 sa balota.
Welcome back to the MPBL. Kayo'y nanonood ng aming game number 1 sa pagitan ng Basilan Vivaport Masters at ng Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. My name is Cindy Crespo. Kasama ko dito sa ating halftime interviews ay si Basilan Assistant Coach Lito Caro. Coach, good afternoon. Napag-usapan na nga natin kanina ang problema nyo last game versus Abra, unforced errors, turnovers. Pero ngayon, ano nakita nyo in the first half? It's only a one-possession ball game.
Yes, medyo naka-adjust na kami on the game namin against Abra, no? So, medyo na-limit na namin yung turnovers namin sa first half. I hope matuloy-tuloy to until the second half.
Abang namin yan in the second half, Coach. Ngayon, may mga babating ka ba o pasasalamatan, Coach?
Yes, first I would like to thank the taga-Basilan dyan. Thank you sa support nyo and shout out sa boss namin, si Boss Jackson Chua. And sa mga shout out dyan sa mga taga-Cebu. And always support the Basilan Port Master. Thank you.
Alright, mukhang exciting ating second half. Thank you so much, Coach, for joining me here once again. Mga kaligaw, huwag kingalis, ugabalik ang MPBL.
This is our halftime score. Basilan 43, Caloocan 46. So a 3-point lead for the Batang Kangkalu over the Viva Port Masters. At itong Basilan, no, hindi pa nakakalamang so far in this game, but they have threatened multiple times. Caloocan had a good start. They led 10-1, led by as many as 12 points. You saw Ronnie Matias get things going here early para dito sa Caloocan. And so far, it's been a blistering shooting display galing dito sa Batang Kangkalu.
Yeah, kahit sinong lima ang ilagay sa sahig ni Coach Toto Diohilio, they have been playing well para dito sa Caloocan, Batang Kangkalu. Coach Gabby Espinas came in off the bench and also had his moments. Chris Biton ended up being the top scorer of Caloocan at the end of the first half. You see here the numbers, 54% para sa Caloocan, although they have a -7 in terms of attempts, but they have been more efficient. Both teams have really been attempting a lot of threes in this game, a total of 39 attempts between these two squads. Pero ang kagandahan kasi ng game natin today, Ken, is both teams have really been trying to share the rock. They have been trying to get plays within their system. And these guys, Eman Calo, Sherwin Concepcion, have helped keep Basilan above water. Their threes in this game have really helped them fall out of a deep hole. Kasi kung wala yung mga baskets ni Eman Calo at ni Sherwin Concepcion, malaki na ang kinakaharap na kalamangan dito ng Basilan.
Sa Caloocan naman, Chris Biton leading the way with 10 points. Jeff Manday has hit 2 3-pointers for a total of 5 points apiece for the veteran bigs, Ronnie Matias and Gabby Espinas. And Basilan, especially in their last 3 games, including this one, you've mentioned the number of assists for both of these teams. Itong Basilan actually number 5 in terms of assists, 24.4 assists per contest. So nagsimula yan against Bulacan eh. We covered that game. They had 39 assists on 42 made field goals. And we were wondering whether they could carry that over against a more solid team. Nangyari din naman no, against Abra. They had 23 assists. And here against Caloocan, trying to duplicate that once again. As we see Omar Larupay skying high for the rebound.
The passing is there. The assist numbers attest to that. But what they really need to work on is playing defense as a team. And also securing those rebounds. Because defense really doesn't amount to anything if you don't get that defensive rebound. And Alex Cabagnot knocking down that jumper. This is a good sign para sa Basilan because when you have your star player making those kinds of baskets that he usually makes, then that could be a sign that you might be getting over the hump.
Almost a steal. Laude able to recover. Enriquez. Down low to Ronnie Matias who scoops in that shot for a 7-point.
And Caloocan continues to hit the right option in the half court. Enriquez could have went up for the 3-point shot, but he waited for Matias to cut after trying to go for an attempt and got the easy basket. Well, this guy though, Sherwin Concepcion, he is smoking hot in this game.
13 points, 4 triples for Sherwin Concepcion. And we mentioned at the top of the coverage how important he is to hit his stride. And now we are tied, 48 all. Tayongtong goes to June Bonsubre, laban kay Sherwin Concepcion. Gets inside, masyadong malakas, and ball did not hit the rim. Shot clock violation against the Batang Kangkalu. Gabby Espinas, a look of concern. Now let's check out this assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
And nobody rotating from Basilan. Kay Ronnie Matias, not even to bump the cutter of Cabagnot, missing a gimme there.
Running start for Enriquez. Drives baseline and was held up by Omar Larupay. Larupay called for that foul. Rich Alvarez likes what he's seeing right now. Basilan, good start here in the third quarter. Bonsubre joined by Joko Tayongtong, Ronnie Matias, Joggy Laude, and also Enriquez, part of the crew here. Oh, ball bouncing off the knee of June Bonsubre.
That smart defense there by Omar Larupay, baiting Bonsubre into making that move. Alam niya na kaya niyang tapikin yung bola pagka ikot ni Junjun.
5 naman nitong Basilan, Pasturan, Concepcion, Omar Larupay, Eman Calo, and Alex Cabagnot. Turnovers, 5 para sa Basilan, Caloocan with 8.
This was the 5 that played well in the second quarter for Coach Rich Alvarez. Talking about Cabagnot, Concepcion, Larupay, Pastoran, and Eman Calo.
Let's see if Basilan could finally take the lead here on this possession. 5 seconds remaining on their shot clock. Pasturan behind the back, getting past Tayong Tong. Left-handed finish to take the lead for Jimboy.
Well, it seemed that offense was going nowhere already para sa Basilan. Concepcion had a shot on the right flank, but Pastoran chose to break down his defender on the dribble and found a way to get to the cup.
Bonsubre got hit by Concepcion. Inadvertent naman, no? But Bonsubre did not like that one. As we check out this Gixer, great move of the game, born for greatness.
Nice getaway there by Jimboy Pastoran. Very underrated point guard here in the league.
Ronnie Matias receives the pass from Biton. Trying to elude Sherwin Concepcion. Bonsubre. They'll give him that shot. Rebound Omar Larupay.
I think Larupay has one of the highest straight jumps here in this league.
Cabagnot, guarded by Flores. Gusto rin dagdagan yung kalamangan ng Basilan. Alex. Concepcion, no hesitation. Gets hit by June Bonsubre while taking a three-pointer.
If you ask me, that was a bad shot. But Concepcion, I don't think he doesn't see a shot that he doesn't like. And Bonsubre was actually kind of late closing out. Kaya medyo nahuli at nakuha niya yung parte ng braso.
Yun, tumama. Pero ramdam ni Sherwin ngayon eh. He's got his groove going here.
And you know that when he's in that kind of groove, he's not gonna hesitate taking shots kahit malayo pa yan.
Concepcion, unang dalawang free throw pasok. Now has 15 points. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Former UST Growling Tigers sinks all 3 of his free throws. Caduya comes in for Jimboy Pasturan, who gave them the lead earlier. A strong run to begin the third quarter for the Viva Port Masters. Biton gets it to Jeff Manday. Ronnie Matias up top. Flores laban kay Cabagnot. Josh gets it to Espinas. That pass again, turnover against Caloocan. And turnovers could be key here for both of these squads. Both of them in the bottom 10 in terms of coughing up the rock. Oh, the spin! Caduyak gets it in!
They broke down into their offense. Concepcion, I think, was supposed to be positioned on the left wing, but he chose to set the screen. And nice movement there from Caduyak, finding that open man.
10-0 spurt for Caloocan. They get a stop. Larupay again clears the rebound para dito sa Basilan. Alex Cabagnot against Josh Flores. Alex, Concepcion, back to Cabagnot. 5 seconds remaining. Cabagnot, oh my goodness, Alex outsmarting everybody on that trip.
He's just really one of the best ball handlers Philippine basketball has ever seen. Alex Cabagnot. Hindi mo alam kung anong gagawin niya eh.
Basilan ahead, 57-48.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad. 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago. 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod. 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
This is probably the best that Basilan has looked in quite some time. Caloocan having trouble dealing with the firepower of the Vivaport Masters as we check out this Gixxer fan of the game born for greatness. Dito po tayo ngayon sa Kamalig in Orion, Bataan. Battle of the teams. Actually, lahat ng 3 matchups natin, mga crossover matchups. North versus South. Oh, the spin. Ronnie Matias finally stopping the bleeding for Caloocan.
Matias still a very important contributor para dito sa Caloocan, Batang Kangkalu. Still hard to stop him when he gets that start.
Basilan sticking with this small ball group. Kaduyak can post up as a guard but turns the ball over. Flores, skip pass. Tres ni Manday, no good. Espinas, off that offensive rebound, draws a foul. Laban kay Raymar Kaduyak.
And nothing much Basilan could have done there. When he puts his head down, going to the left side, Gabby Espinas can be very forceful.
This free throw of the game brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Marami rin mintis sa free throw line itong Caloocan. Actually, only 4 out of 11 shooting. Gabby Espinas. Supply ulit, but lane violation against Basilan. So, a substitute free throw for Gabby Espinas. Meanwhile, let's check in with City Crespo.
Alam nyo, Ken Javi, Caloocan is trying to respond to the wake-up call early in this game despite being up at the half. No? Magandang first quarter pero nakita daw nila yung familiar bad habits nung second quarter. Coach Gabby Espinas actually asked his teammates to be patient with their plays and try moving the ball more. Iwasan yung pagkanya-kanya para hindi mabigyan ng kumpiyansa itong Basilan. While Coach Ronnie also had to call out their outside shooting na biglang nawala rin daw nung second quarter habang gumaganda yung sa Basilan. On the other side of the court, Coach Rich is just trying to encourage his players in this game, giving nods of approval when necessary and some smiles. Sabi niya, we just need to keep up with the defense of Caloocan. He says he saw some slight improvement so far. Ken Javi?
And it has certainly rubbed off wonderfully para dito sa Basilan, no? You see the field goal shooting, 5 out of 7. Itong Vivaport Masters, 2 out of 8 lang. Itong Caloocan, 25% clip. Concepcion off the screen, left it short though. Running start for Jack Manday. Biton, Flores, catch and shoot free, wala. Matias had to adjust mid-air. Gabby Espinas again, draws a foul. Laban ulit kay Raymar Kaduyak.
Basilan, I think, was caught off guard there dahil humihingi sila ng travel after that shot attempt by Ronnie Matias. Now, in the new set of rules, that's allowed as long as there's a clear hand on the basketball on the blocked shot.
Espinas so far 2 out of 6 from the free throw line. Continues to miss.
That's always been his Waterloo his entire career. Magmula PCU hanggang dito sa MPBL.
Yeah. Oh, sablay pareho.
It's a pity because he really gets fouled a lot. Because by the way he plays, he draws a lot of attention.
57-51, Basilan, abante ng 6 na puntos. Calo, laban kay Manday. Concepcion, the one-hander is good.
Really bad shot there by Eman Calo. Defense was draped all over him. Good thing Eman Calo was there getting that offensive rebound and not a lot of resistance on that push shot.
Espinas this time converts. Another putback. by Gabby Espinas.
And now it's Caloocan who's been falling prey to these hurried shots that they have forced Basilan to do in the first half.
Dagangon has yet to score, but despite all that, Basilan ahead. Adi Santos cleans it up. Balik sa 8 lamang.
Everybody else has been doing their job here in the second half para dito sa Basilan.
Plus 11 ang Basilan in this quarter. Trailed by 3 at the half, now up by 8. Rebound control by Concepcion. Calo, entry pass, Santos. Oh, what a move! Adi Santos able to maintain his composure and score underneath.
Excellent fake there by the big man. And I love the recognition from the Basilan 5 on the floor. Seeing that their big man was rim running, doing the early work, made the pass to him, and Adi Santos did the rest.
First double-digit lead for the Vivaport Masters. Pitoon, no good. Rebound, Gab Dagangon.
Ang Caloocan naman ngayon na nagkakanya-kanya.
Calo steps in to a three-pointer. It's good! Eman Calo. 16 points. Oh man, Basilan just oozing with confidence right now.
Caloocan has to go back to their ball movement. Moving it side to side. Biton and Manday breaking down the defenders, exposing the seams in the defense.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig free installation for split-type air conditioners.
Absolutely love that fake by Adi Santos. Yung pag-angat ng paa, yun talaga yun eh.
Sa hindi niya inangat yung pivot foot
Yun
niya.
na nga eh. Yun yung pinaka-importante doon.
Against 3 orange jerseys at that.
I think if that was just an ordinary fake, kung hindi niya tinaas yung paa niya, siguro hindi kakagat yung depensa doon.
JJ Manlangit is in off the bench. Fadeaway jumper trickled in.
As his first basket of the game, I think his production might be needed here as Caloocan tries to close out this third quarter on a high note.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the third. Kaduyak. Dito on ahead. Kaduyak giving chase. Flores. Kaduyak got called for another foul. And Basilan cannot fall asleep, especially in terms of taking care of the basketball. Dun sila nadali laban sa Abra in their last game.
Tinakbuhan sila ng tinakbuhan. And here, Caloocan, they're trying to expose that same weakness, but the presence of Alex Cabagnot, the play of Jimboy Pastoran has really helped Basilan control their turnovers, minimize them, and generate more possessions for themselves ultimately.
Coach Toto Dohilio certainly will not be happy with the free throw shooting so far of Caloocan. Only 40%, 6 out of 15. Pero dalawang free throw na ipasok doon ni Josh Flores, making this a single-digit lead. 66-57. Pastoran Cabagnot back in for Basilan. Grimaldo gets the ball to Alex Cabagnot against Jeff Manday. Cabagnot high off the glass and in!
I just love the enthusiasm this Basilan team is showing right now, especially with all these good plays that they're making. It starts with Coach Rich Alvarez.
Kita mo, nakangiti siya after that play by Alex.
Hindi lang basta nakangiti, napatalon pa.
Nag-pump fist pa. Ito, tignan natin ha. This was Alex breaking down the defense of Jeff Manday.
That's Alex Cabagnot bringing Jeff Manday to point guard school.
Gab Dagangon. Entry pass to Adi Santos. Foul against Jeff Manday.
Caloocan not yet in the penalty, so no free throws will be awarded yet. And that's nice recognition coming from Adi Santos. Jeff Manday switched on to him. So that was a mismatch that they could have exploited.
Manday tying his shoe. Now gets back to play defense against Gab Dagangon. Cabagnot to trigger it in from the baseline. And not a clean catch Turnover again against Basilan.
The Gangon hasn't been himself this afternoon para dito sa Basilan. Only 2 points in this game and he's had a number of bad plays.
68-57, Jeff Manday. Crossover. Now Grimaldo switch onto him. And now JJ Manlangit attacking the defense of Adi Santos. Wala. Rebound control by Gab Dagangon. Tatakbo dito ang Basilan. Pasturan, skip pass, Cabagnot. Fires the free. It's good!
He wanted it. He knew he could make it. He got the pass and that is certainly what he did. Punching home a 3-point shot para sa Basilan.
13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for the Crunchman. 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Bitoon. Another challenge shot. Manlangit can't convert. And time will expire here in the third quarter. And a 17-point turnaround by the Basilan Viva Board Masters.
What an amazing quarter para sa Basilan. Led by Alex Cabagnot. The inspired play of guys like Jimboy Pastoran and Eman Calo. Sherwin Concepcion has been a constant para sa kanila. All of these guys turning in nice performances to help Basilan to this advantage.
Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration porter of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. And the onslaught by Basilan, giving them a 14-point lead heading into the fourth quarter, 71-57.
Si Alex, sobrang sipag na player.
I love seeing Gabby. Even if it's just at the mall or kahit saan, namimiss ko din yung samahan namin. So when I saw him today, parang it just brings back a lot of great memories for me.
Darwin, legend yun, legend.
Maganda tong MPBL kahit pa paano nakapaglaro pa rin kami, nandun pa rin yung ma-challenge namin yung mga bata na nag-uumpisa para gusto pumalik sa PBA. Siyempre makakuha rin sila kahit pa paano experience sa amin kahit pa paano.
Those 3 players were teammates with San Miguel and won a lot of championships in the PBA. Gabby Espinas, Alex Cabagnot, and Arwin Santos.
I still remember the time when I was watching a lot of their games. Si Gabby, rookie pa nila nun eh.
Yeah.
And these are the Carter scorings in the previous 3 periods. Basilan, you could see that they have been humping the ante in each of the 3 quarters, 18, 25, and 28, while Caloocan's production has dwindled in all of those 3 quarters.
Basilan did not lead in the entire first half, but here in the third quarter, 11 of 16 shooting from the field, 3 out of 16 lang para sa Caloocan.
It's a zone now para sa Caloocan. They're daring Basilan to shoot from the outside with Sherwin Concepcion on the bench.
Bitoon drills in a free. Lead back down to 9, 71-62.
That's his first basket here in the second half. Wala siyang naipuntos ng quarter number 3.
Pasturan, Grimaldo, Adi Santos, Gab Dagangon, and Alex Cabagnot, the 5 on the floor for the Viva Port Masters. Alex, laban kay Jeff Manday. Crossover, free on its way. Puts it in, Alex Cabagnot.
And he is playing like the crunchman that we know. Alex Cabagnot churning in a vintage performance this afternoon. And we hope that this will not be the last for sure.
Has missed the past couple of games due to a hamstring injury. But boy, has been rejuvenated here in their game against Caloocan.
We were so happy to know that last season he would be the playing head coach of Bacolod. Take a look at this last play, little in between, and then working that screen action well getting that three-point shot to go. Last year, he was playing head coach for Bacolod but never put on a jersey dahil nga nakapag-sign na siya sa Converge. So this year, we're very lucky that he's back in the MPBL but now as a full-time player with Basilan, and we're seeing the kabagnot that we definitely are used to watching.
Manday gets the friendly bounce on that three. Now has 3 triples. This lead back down to 9 again. Cabagnot draws closer. Oh, he's feeling it. Alex Cabagnot.
He is hot. Just taking turns, these Vivaport Masters, in raining down buckets this afternoon. At the start, it was Eman Calo, and then Sherwin Concepcion took over. And now, Alex Cabagnot showing us his worth.
Baityong. The flip shot will not work. Ball will stay with Caloocan, but Basilan looks like they will challenge this one. They thought it was off Chris Bitoon. So itong ating kauna-unahang challenge sa ating laro. Basilan comfortably ahead by 11 points, 76-65. Coach Rich Alvarez using his challenge. We'll be back for the result.
Upon review, the challenge was successful.
Tagumpay ang pag-challenge ng coaching staff ng Basilan. Ball off a Caloocan player. Si Bitoon nga, no, yung last touch doon.
Very clear on that replay.
By the way, just want to take this opportunity to greet our good friend, one of the assistant coaches of Basilan, Coach Carmelo Navarro, and his lovely wife. Happy wedding anniversary, Ma'am Christine Magsaysay Navarro. And I'm sure they are happy because Sherwin Concepcion having a breakout performance here for the Vivaport Masters.
Kung ganito pa rin ang lalaroin ng Basilan hanggang sa dulo, we still have a lot of time to play in this game. Magiging sulit yung pagpunta ng maaga ni Coach Melo sa San Fernando dahil coding siya. Umalis siya ng maaga ng Manila. 7 pa lang daw, umalis na siya.
Oo. Sabi ko si Ma'am Christine, taga Zambales yan.
Ay, okay. So,
Hindi man masyado malayo dito sa Bataan.
oo, malapit-lapit na rin.
Of course, Coach Melo Navarro now greeting itong si Gab Dagangon heading to the bench. Despite a scoreless outing by Gab, the others have picked up the slack. Manday, short on the three-point attempt. Tatakbo ditong Basilan. Adi Santos, easy pickings on the other side. And this lead has ballooned to 15. Caloocan calls for time as they're down here 80-65. Some people here have flocked in sa Pamalig Fan of the Game, brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. And I'm expecting more fans to come in. We have a good set of games, including this one, Basilan versus Caloocan. And those three players have combined for 54 points. Sherwin Concepcion, Eman Calo, and Alex Cabagnot.
more than half of the production of Basilan this afternoon. Those three guys taking turns in helping Basilan try to get this advantage. Of course, during the first half, they were trying to get the lead. They now have the lead. They're up by 15. And now they continue to help maintain this advantage. Calo, Cabagnot, and Concepcion still on the floor.
Ito, for Caloocan, paano sila tutugon dito? Down by a huge margin against Basilan, searching for their first signature win of the season. Shot clock violation. Yep. No basket. In real time, I thought it was still in his hands when he took that shot.
Yeah, but our officials will review to make sure. And Caloocan just really firing blanks. They're getting into bad situations. That ball movement that we're used to seeing from them, di na natin nakita masyado dito sa second half. And they haven't been able to run out a lot because they haven't been getting a lot of rebounds as well.
Ito, tignan nyo yung shot clock on the lower right. Espinas. Yeah. Clearly, still in his hand at 0. Concepcion gets it to Alex Cabagnot. Pasturan on the other side against Chris Bitoon. Jimboy with 7 on their shot clock. Pasturan against JJ Manlangit this time. Ball stolen away. Caloocan with a chance. Presti Manday, patay!
They definitely needed that. That's a basket that pulls them to within 12 points. They need to string together a number of stops here. That defense that has been one of the top defenses in the league this year and a big reason why they are one of the top teams in the Northern Division. Kailangan makita ulit natin yan dito if they would have a chance against Basilan, who has been playing stupendous.
Great recovery by Josh Flores. Oh, what a pass! Manday sets up his teammate JJ Manlangit.
Defense fueling their offense.
Mabasa 10 ang lamang ng Basilan. Pasturan. Espinas switching on him. Now it's Cabagnot working against Josh Flores. Face-up jumper by Sherwin Concepcion off the heel. One and done by Basilan. Manday. Skip pass to Josh Flores. They get it to Chris Bitoon. The drop to Gavi Espinas. Behind the back to Chris Bitoon. Fires it free. Pinasiwas ni Josh Flores. Si Jimboy Pasturan. Check out this play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Two representatives of our 3x3 national team connecting there, Manlangit and Jeff Manday.
Mamaya, teammate nila maglalaro din si Joseph Sedorifa for Mindoro. They will take on the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Cabagnot trying to restore order here for Basilan. Past the halfway point of the fourth. Alex, the lob inside, Larupay. The up fake. And a foul will be called against JJ Manlangit.
Gusto pa yata humingi ng unsportsmanlike foul ni Omar Larupay. I don't think that he's gonna get that. There's no review that's gonna happen.
Baseline inbound by Alex Cabagnot. Calo. Ilonggo laban sa Cebuano. Foul laban dito kay Jeff Manday. It's really great when you see those Bisaya players getting reacquainted once again.
Ay, oo. Ako, para sa akin, iba pa rin talaga maglaro ang mga Bisaya players.
Pasturan tumingin sa shot clock. Only 2 seconds remaining. Turnaround jumper by Jimboy. Wala. Manday. Onto the front court. Na libre sa 3. Supply. Rebound by Basilan.
No opportunity for the offensive rebound because it was only JJ Manlangit trying to contest for that extra possession, but all the other guys were waiting behind the three-point line.
Eman Calo gets into the paint. Nilabas papunta kay Alex Cabagnot. Oh, the Hesi! Oh my goodness! Almost! That would have been a highlight.
Even he could not believe it.
Sayang.
Got past all of his defenders, drove to his weak hand, hesitation to get past Josh Flores, the scoop with the right hand. Nobody in front of him. Gabby Espinas was too far out, didn't even bother to challenge. And that could have extended the lead to 12 points.
Instead, it's only 10 points, the lead by Basilan over Caloocan.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo, 50 si MB. Hati mo, si Manny.
Alright, some of the fans already flocking in at the Orion Sports Complex. Pero tinatawag nilang kamalig, no? Dito sa bayan ng Orion, sa probinsya ng Bataan. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan a QR code and claim your special offer. And what a way to begin our Wednesday triple header. Basilan versus Caloocan. Still a lot of time left. Basilan though, up by double digits still. 80-70 is our count. Eman Calo forcing it. Tayongtong is back in for Caloocan.
Oh,
Joko Tayongtong suspending himself in mid-air and scores.
He rode that bench for quite some time. Definitely high time for Caloocan to bring him back into the game. Remember, Tayongtong was instrumental in helping Caloocan get that come from behind victory against Rizal in their last game.
Caloocan threatening to mount another late comeback here. Paul Sanga draws a foul against Eman Calo.
Calo trying to argue that he had a similar case on that last play. However, our referees will not reverse the call, and Sanga will be taking 2 free throws.
Paul Sanga, quite afternoon so far. Only had that putback earlier in the first quarter. Pero kumakatok sa pinto ang Caloocan. This free throw, if he hits it, will make it a 2-possession ball game. But free throws have been a problem para dito sa Caloocan.
8 out of 18 this afternoon.
3-possession ball game. Caloocan though on an 8-0 run. Foul against Paul Sanga, trying to battle position down low with Omar Larupay.
It's their last foul to give.
Adi Santos comes back in. If you notice for Basilan, wala silang Raba Aluseni, no Jervy Cruz. And they've played for much of this ball game without a legitimate center, and it has certainly worked, especially in the second half.